Three. Hello again, Vitaly Gimin here with Isaac Getz. Last time we interviewed Isaac about corporate liberation. He's an expert in corporate liberation. He's a professor in leadership and transformation in Paris. But today I want to ask, Isaac is writing a new book called Leadership Without Ego, and I want him to introduce that because I love that topic, leadership without ego. What does that mean? Isaac, welcome.
Hello, Vitaly. Nice to see you again. The book will be published around October. We don't have yet a definite date, by Palgrave Macmillan. It is co-written together with Brian Carney, who is co-author of my former book, Freedom, Inc., and Bob Davids. And Bob Davids is one of these liberating leaders that we studied for the book Freedom, Inc. And the idea came out because of, I would say, almost like falling in love, if you want, with the wisdom, leadership wisdom of Bob Davids. While we already interviewed him and studied him, his leadership style for the previous book, I realized that they have a lot of things that I had to leave out, obviously, because we had a dozen of leaders that we described. And so I came back and worked more with Bob, interviewed him more, and then suggested that there's enough material to make a book out of it. And so we collaborated, three of us, and so the book came out. And the title, in fact, comes as probably the best definition of what this type of leadership is doing. Is that these leaders, they don't consider themselves being better than others, being special, right? They are like everyone, and in addition, they consider that their role is to be in the service of other people. And in order to do that, obviously, you can't have ego, because you have an ego. It means that you think you're special, you're better, you're more intelligent. And once you think that, you won't be able to prevent yourself from second-guessing the decisions of others, from criticizing them in public sometimes, right? And basically letting these people think that they are really intellectually inferior to you. The moment you do that, they stop volunteering with their ideas. They stop volunteering with their initiatives. They stop making decisions on their own. They say simply, this guy, he knows so much and everything, let him think. And we just sit down and wait until he tells us what to do. So this whole approach is about, I would say, the fundamental quality, because I'm often asked, and my co-authors, what is the fundamental quality of these liberating leaders, of these leaders that successfully transform their organizations? And that quality probably boils down to that aspect of being ego-less, right? Being without ego. Now, maybe let's add one more point. Some people don't have this type of ego, right? Thinking that they're better than others, special than others, by maybe their education, maybe their own history. But I would say that it's rather normal to have a big ego when you're in COO of a medium or large corporation. Because how do you get to the top of the pyramid? You most probably are more intelligent than others, smarter than others. You have proven in the past of being capable to come up with better decisions. Operational at the beginning, strategic maybe later. So that's why the owners, the stakeholders, they trusted you with running a company, right? So that means, and by the way, there will be some of your colleagues, perhaps, particularly your subordinates, that will remind you how intelligent you are, right? So that reinforces even more the inflated, let's call it like that, ego. In that case, in order to be this liberating leader and creating an environment where you treat everyone as being intelligent and capable to come up with good solutions for the company, you need to get rid of your own ego. That means working on yourself. It's extremely difficult to do it on your own, but if you work with executive coaches, and sometimes, and I've seen cases sometimes with a shrink, because for some people to change themselves, they need to start with their grandfather. So, the coach can deal with that. You need a shrink. But those are special cases, exceptional. Most of the CEOs that they studied, they worked, let's say, from 3 to 6 months with an executive coach, and basically that got them into the right position to start this liberation. So that is what it is about. And the book is, in fact, it's an A to Z book, right? So they're like nuggets of the Bob David's wisdom that we worked around, and they're put in nice stories and nice images. I give you just one, okay? And it's every page is one nugget. It's maybe one sentence or several paragraphs. For example, vice presidents, semicolon, fun killers. So the book is plenty of this kind of wisdom and ideas of what are the points that you need to get rid of in the company, and what a leader without ego can do in order to move his company or her company, right, from the traditional model to this liberated company model that we discussed in our couple of weeks ago in our other podcast, right?
Right. Beautiful. I really look forward to this one. It sounds very intriguing, interesting. And when it comes out, obviously just very soon, I'll grab it and we'll review it again. Maybe we'll invite you again to talk about it more specifically. Thank you so much, Isaac. Thank you so much.
You're very kind. Thanks a lot, Vitaly. Have a good day.
Thanks. Bye-bye.